What's up, guys? If you're a dog owner and you've always wanted a dog that listens perfectly in any environment, on or off leash, welcome to the most immersive YouTube series for dog training on YouTube. I'm Austin Laramie, owner of Zero to Hero Dog Training, and we are recording every single day, day 1 to day 46 of her whole training experience, from knowing nothing to being a master. This series is going to teach the everyday dog owner how to successfully live and train their dogs to have the best relationship and give their dog the best life possible. So stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, put on the notification bell. We're posting multiple times a day for the next 46 days. I'll see you there. Oh. Hey, what's going on, guys? Back for another session, confidence building with Piper. So right now what I'm doing in our training is I'm building her confidence up more, and I'm trying to find more things to, freak her out and start teaching her, hey, it's actually not scary, right? So earlier we did a session with my guitar. We figured out she's scared of it. So that's another thing that I'm gonna work with, right? So earlier, all I was doing was strumming, good, and immediately saying good. Just me strumming would make her run, but now she's used to it, and this definitely overlapped or maintained. Because again, that first session you saw this morning, this is literally taking off from there. So this is our second session only with this. So again, and just from one session, she's this far, which is really good. So here's the thing about fear. She's in a down command right now. She's just not laying down. But if she gets up, I'm not correcting her right now, even though she knows not to get up from the down stay. Thing is, you do not correct anything for fear, right? You don't want to correct fear. You can reinforce the fear and make it worse. I want her to have a good experience. But if she gets up from the down, I'm just going to put her back down, right? But I'm going to let her, right? She can run, but she can't escape, though. I'm not going to let her completely disengage. I'll let her get to the end of the leash, but then I'm going to bring her back, right? I don't let my dogs just completely disengage from the situation in most situations, right? There is some, it gets tricky. There's a gray area sometimes in dog training, but here's the thing. Here's what I'm doing now. This is where we left off, me being able to pick it up. Good. Without her running, right? Good. Down. Good. So now I'm just going to, good. So she's sniffing it. I reward that, right? I'm just going to let it hover here for a minute. Good girl. I'm going to let her eat while it hovers here. I'm going to get it a little closer. She's kind of side-eyeing it here while she's eating. Good girl, yeah. And then what I do is while she's eating, the stressor comes, and while she stops eating, the food leaves and the stressor leaves. So she'll start associating the stressor with the food. Good girl. So now I'm going to push it a little closer to her. Good girl. Good girl, good. Right, very, very nervous. And yeah, here's the thing with her, right? Just figured out her dad told me that, she's probably a more nervous case than we realized when she signed up, right? One time her dad left and she stayed with her mom, and she didn't eat the whole time. It was like a couple days. And then, of course, when she was younger, she used to go in cars and literally poop all over the car until she was used to it. So she's turning out to be a pretty tough dog. Tougher than I thought she was going to be when we started this series, which is actually kind of good, because it's not going to be too easy, and therefore you're going to see me struggle a little bit, see her struggle a little bit, and see how we kind of work through it together. But all I'm doing is I'm just having her eat near this thing. That's really it. And then I'll pick it up here and there. I'll let it move a little bit. Good girl. That throws her off a little bit there. But what's important is I'm not pushing her over her threshold, which is where she wants to completely get up, disengage, and not eat. She's still willing to eat here. And you guys know her. She's not food driven when she's nervous. But now we're a little closer, right? Good girl. Good girl. So now I'm going to pick it up. Down. Good girl. She's just staring at it here. Good girl. And I'm just letting her nibble on some cheese. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand it up next to her because she's never seen it like this, standing, right? So it's all different pictures to throw her off and to show her like, hey, you're good, girl. You can just eat and it's fine. But yeah, no, she's a tough dog, man. Like she's a tougher dog to train. Tell you what, she's very, very nervous. So we'll be doing a lot of confidence building and taking her out in public this week. You know, going back to Home Depot, going back to PetSmart a lot, and just literally just working her and getting her used to everything, playing with her in all these environments, and it's going to be a really good time. Good girl. I want to show her that she can actually get through her stress instead of escape and run away from her stress, right? So I'm just going to let her come back here because she will come back. And she will lay back down. Good girl. Good girl. So now what I want to do is now I want to tell her to sit. And I want to be able to stand up. Good girl. So here's where I'm going to grab her leash. I don't want to back her into a corner. I want her to feel like she has an option to leave, but not very far because I have the leash. So I'm going to have her sit. Good girl. And now I'm just going to walk back close to her, and I'm going to... Good girl. I want her to come to me too. I'm not going to go to her. I want her to come over to me. So I'm going to add a little bit of pressure here, kind of push her through it. Good girl. Good girl. Good job, Pipe. All right. So she leaves again. I bring her back with a little bit of pressure. Get her to sit. Good girl. Pipe. Piper. Good. So I'm going to let her sit here and sniff it and stuff. Good girl. And basically, I want to do this a few times a day until she has no nervousness about the guitar at all. And then I find the next thing she's nervous of, and I do the same thing every single day until there's no nervousness. And if you get a dog through one or two things, major things they're afraid of, it'll go a lot quicker each time. And then all of a sudden the dog will just understand they can get through things, and they'll become very confident. Her nervousness, again, probably stems from genetics. I don't know how her lifestyle was before she came to me. I know a little bit, but sounds to me like it's a genetic thing, not a lifestyle thing. Could be a little bit of the owner's, lifestyle, just them not knowing certain things, but probably genetics, just that's just embedded in her. Some dogs, some mixed breeds are like that, Good girl. Sit. Good. And this is so silly, right? Like, you think like, man, why is this dog scared of this object? Who knows? But we're gonna work on it. So now what I wanna do is I wanna walk past her. Good. I wanna reward her. Sit. And remember, when I'm going back to I'm not using no, I'm not correcting her, even though we started the corrections with the sit and stuff. I'm not letting her leave. Sit. Good girl. Let her sniff it there. And then she eats. Good job. Showing her nothing happens. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say place. Now this is a bit harder because now there's nowhere to escape to behind her, which again, I don't want her to feel backed in, but at the same time I also want to be able to approach without her running around. Good girl. But it kind of will help her out understanding like, hey, I can be here. I'm in your space. It's all good. And we can just live here for a second. Right? Good girl. Thing I'm not doing though, I'm not petting her. I'm not saying, it's okay. It's okay. I love that nervousness, right? When you pet your dog when they're scared, you're literally rewarding the nervousness and you're telling them, I love that behavior. So I'm not petting her. I will not pet her right now. It's very important. Do not pet your dogs when they're scared of things. You want to work them through things, do some obedience, right? Telling her place, I'm telling her sit, I'm telling her down. Work them through it and reward them for the obedience, not the fear. Good girl. Right, she was scared of the bowl. Whole time the bowl was got the good stuff in it, right? She smelled it and she's like, oh wait, it's not that bad. Good girl. And we're gonna end it on a good note. So I'm gonna do, one more thing. I'm gonna bring her off. Break. Sit. Now I wanna see if that kind of translated a little bit, meaning being able to approach, and it did. So look at that. Now we can approach her when she's on the floor. She doesn't try to run. And again, this isn't solved. I'll give it like a day or two before she's like fully cool with the guitar, Good girl. I love that. Good job. Cool. And we'll end it there. So that was a really good session with the guitar again. And yeah, catch me for the next one, guys. We'll do more confidence building. And after she's good with the guitar, probably her food bag. Her food bag, she doesn't like the crinkly sound of it, and she doesn't like it. She's scared of the bag of food. So we'll bring that out, and yeah, we'll work with that. So I'll show you guys how to do that. We're going to try to make this dog really, really confident. Of course, the e-collar is going to help, and just doing a lot of confidence drills like this is going to help, and then bringing her out in public, giving her some corrections for the dogs and people. That's also going to help. Just, yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you for the next one. Peace.